Hello students, welcome to my channel HD Biology Classes. In the last video, we have learned about Phaeophyta or brown algae. Today, we are going to learn about Rhodophyta or red algae. Today, our learning objectives are the information about Rhodophyta, the characteristic features of Rhodophyta, life cycle of Rhodophyta, economic importances of Rhodophyta, and the trivia that includes some important facts about Rhodophyta. Now students, see, this is the picture of one of the member of Rhodophyta, Gelidium. Now, most of the rhodophycean member is found in seawater, but some are freshwater also, like Batrachospermum. It is a freshwater red algae. Their vegetative structure is mainly composed of filamentous multicellular structure. Some of the members are polysiphonous also. What does it mean? Poly means many. So, in some member of the rhodophyceae, the many multicellular filamentous structures arranged one after another, and it forms a hollow pipe-like structure. So polysiphonous structure means many hollow pipe-like structures arranged one after another. This type of vegetative structure we can see in the member of Rhodophyta. Next, the individual cell. What is the chemical composition of the cell wall? In the rhodophycean member, the cell wall is mainly made up of cellulose and pectin. In addition to this, a polysulfate ester of carbohydrate is also present. Now the most important feature of Rhodophyta, that is pigment composition. In case of rhodophycean member, we can see chlorophyll A and chlorophyll D. They also have xanthophyll. The carotene they have, that is alpha and beta carotene, and xanthophyll they have the teraxanthine. In addition to these pigments, they also have R-phycocyanin and R-phycoerythrin. Now we will see some more characteristic features of Rhodophyta. As the Rhodophyta member have the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll D, they also can make their own food, and the stored food or the reserve food in the Rhodophycean members is Floridian starch. It is an insoluble carbohydrate. In addition to Floridian starch, they also have another type of stored food, that is the soluble carbohydrate floridicite. Now we will talk about the reproductive structures and the way they are reproduced. They can reproduce in three ways: vegetatively, asexually, as well as sexually. The asexual reproduction occurs by carpospores. Carpospores are formed inside a specific structure, a cup-shaped structure that is known as the cystocarps, and these are the carpospores. They are mainly asexual spores. These are formed from the zygote. The sexual reproduction in case of Rhodophyceae, oogamous type of sexual reproduction. That means in case of Rhodophycean member, motile stage is totally absent. The egg cell or the female gamete is also non-motile, as well as the male gamete or the spermatia, they are also non-motile. By the help of the water current, the spermatia get fused to the female gamete. Here you can see that the spermatia are produced within a specialized structure, that is spermatangium. These are the simple filament of the Rhodophycean member, and these are the structures, that is spermatangia, within which the spermatia or the male gametes are produced. So students, we can see that the members of Rhodophyta are mainly marine. Some of the members like Batrachospermum can be freshwater also. They have mainly filamentous multicellular structure, and their stored food, reserve food is Floridian starch and floridicite. They have chlorophyll A, chlorophyll D, and a special type of pigments, that is phycobilizome or phycoerythrin. Here we have seen that they can reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Now we will see the life cycle in Rhodophycean member. In the member of Rhodophyta, we will see two types of life cycle. One is called as the biphasic life cycle, and another one is called as the triphasic life cycle. In biphasic life cycle, we can see two different stages, the gametophytic stage as well as the sporophytic stage. At first, we will talk about the biphasic life cycle. The main plant body in Rhodophyta is gametophytic plant body, having haploid number of chromosomes. During sexual reproduction, the main plant body can produce the male gamete spermatia within the spermatangium and the female gamete within carpogonium. The female gamete is the egg cell which are produced within carpogonium. Both of them are non-motile, but the female gametes are larger in size. The spermatia, by the help of the water current, come and get fused with the female gamete, and after fusion the zygote is formed, that is diploid in nature. The zygote gives rise to a specialized structure, that is carposporophyte. Within the carposporophyte, the cells undergo meiosis cell division and gives rise to the haploid carpospore. So again, from the diploid stage we will get the haploid stage. Then the carpospores directly germinate and gives rise to again the gametophytic plant body. This type of life cycle, where the diploid and the haploid generations are alternate after each one, this type of life cycle is called as the biphasic life cycle. But in some member of the Rhodophyceae like Polysiphonia, we will see a special type of life cycle that is called as the triphasic life cycle. In that case, what happens? The main plant body, the gametophytic plant body, produce male gamete spermatia and the female gamete within the carpogonia. The male gamete spermatia get fused with the female gamete by the water current and gives rise to the zygote. The zygote undergoes, or zygote produce the carposporophyte. The carposporophyte, inside the carposporophyte, the carpospores are formed, which are directly formed from the carpospores, and they are also diploid in nature. The meiosis cell division does not take place here, and these carpospores are formed within a specialized cup-like structure called as cystocarp. Now the carpospores gives rise to a specific plant body that is known as the tetrasporophytic plant body. Why tetrasporophytic plant body? Because each and every cell of this plant body is diploid in nature, and each cell undergoes meiosis cell division and gives rise to haploid tetraspores. That's why this type of plant body is called as the tetrasporophytic plant body. So the cell inside the tetrasporophytic plant body undergoes meiosis cell division, gives rise to tetraspores, which are haploid in nature. These tetraspores then germinate and gives rise to the main plant body, that is the gametophytic plant body. This type of life cycle is called as the triphasic life cycle, and we can see it in the member of Polysiphonia. You will see the picture of the tetrasporophytic plant body. Students, see, this is the tetrasporophytic plant body. This is the simple filaments that bear the tetraspores within it. Tetraspores are formed within the tetrasporangia. Each cell within the tetrasporangia undergoes meiosis cell division and gives rise to haploid tetraspores. We can see it in Polysiphonia. So from here we have learned about the life cycle that we can see in Rhodophyta, both biphasic and triphasic life cycle. Now we will talk about some of the economic importance in the member of Rhodophyta. Different member of Rhodophyta are economically very important. For example, agar is a gelatinous structure that is used as the culture medium, is obtained from Gracilaria and Gelidium. Another important substance like carrageenan is obtained from Chondrus. It is another member of Rhodophyta. Some of the member of Rhodophyta are also edible, like Porphyra. This is the picture of Porphyra. They are also red in color. Sometimes we obtain medicine from the member of Rhodophyta like Corallina. We get medicine for kidney diseases from Corallina. Another economic importance is calcareous red algae make the coral reef. That is, in case of Corallina and Lithothamnion, their cell wall having calcium carbonate layer, and that helps to form the coral reef. Bromine is obtained from Polysiphonia and Rhodomela. It is used commercially. So these are the economic importances of Rhodophyta. Now we will see some important facts related to Rhodophyta. The rhodophyta or red algae is also called as the second ancient algae. We have seen that all the members of rhodophyta are multicellular filamentous structure. But keep it in your mind, one member is unicellular also, that is Porphyridium. It is unicellular red algae. Usually red algae, from the name we can see that they are red in color. But one member is also blue colored, that is Batrachosperma. It is freshwater algae and it is mainly blue in color. Most of the cases rhodophyta are found under the sea, deep under the sea. But some of them are also parasitic in nature, like Harveyella. Another member of rhodophyta, Chondrus, it is commonly called as Irish moss and it is also edible red algae. So these are the important facts about rhodophyta. So from today's lesson, we have learned about characteristic features of rhodophyta, life cycle in rhodophyta, economic importance of rhodophyta, and also we get some important facts about rhodophyta.